The views and opinions of this broadcast do not reflect the views and opinions of Armed Media, New Productions and its affiliates. Enjoy the show.
Good evening and welcome to Let's Talk Careers with Sara on Armed Radio. Today is Wednesday and I'm here every Wednesday to answer all your questions regarding resumes, regarding careers, regarding cover letters, interview sessions. With whatever questions you have, I'm here to answer them and to make sure that you succeed in your career. So today I would like to talk about resume mistakes that usually candidates make, and I see them every time I review them before I rewrite them. So the 4 mistakes that I would like to talk about is very basics that we try to, sometimes we overlook because we think that perhaps this is the right way to write it. But if you see that you are sending your resume and there are no calls for an interview, then something is wrong with your resume. It's not that the position is filled up. It could be that the position is filled up, but most likely because your resume doesn't stand out the way it's supposed to be. So it's no secret that first impressions are important, and your resume is often the first introduction you make with a potential employer. Ensuring your resume presents your best, most employable self is the first step in landing your next job. Mistakes on resumes run the gamut from grammar to spelling to inconsistencies to ensure the hiring manager or recruiter who first sees your resume is impressed. Avoid these 4 common mistakes that usually the hiring managers can see. And polish up your resume today and you will be walking into your next best job ASAP. So, your resume includes spelling and grammar mistakes. Spelling and grammar mistakes are often the most common problems found on a resume. They are also the easiest to fix. Before you submit your resume, run spell check, proofread, and have a few people you trust look it over. I do spell checks for free, and I also review them for free. So if you do want me to do that, you just go to Facebook, Let's Talk Careers with Sara, or you email me, Let's Talk Careers with Sara@gmail.com. And the quality assurance checks, while seemingly tedious, may be the most important steps in your job search, so don't take them lightly. The second mistake could be that your resume doesn't match the job description. This is a problem that people hiring see time and time again. A job posting lists the exact duties and skills the company is looking for, but the resume doesn't touch on a single one. Having a one-size-fits-all resume is not advised, as each position you may be applying for requires a different set of qualifications. Make sure you tailor your resume to the job description and you include relevant keywords the hiring manager or the company's application tracking system, that's abbreviated as ATS, is looking for. I want to emphasize that sometimes when you are looking for a job, and if that same job title is basically what you did in the past, let's say you are a nurse and you did it and you are now a nurse and you are looking to go to a different company, a different institution, a different hospital that is having the same job title. So with that, you can just apply the same resume that you have. But if you are transitioning from one career to another, so I had a candidate yesterday Monday, and on Monday she told me what her position is. Basically She had a position 5 years ago as a bookkeeper, and then she had to take care of her baby, so now she wants to go back to work, but not as a bookkeeper, but as an assistant teacher. She needed something like flexible hours so that she could work and pick up the kids from the school. So her bookkeeping position had to match a little bit like the skills that she wanted to apply for, the position that she wanted to apply for, the skills I had to highlight for her that's relevant to the job that she wants to apply for. So the bookkeeping that she did with the money and the payroll and everything else had to be mentioned still, but very short, very concise, not in details, not in bullet points. I did for her like a short, like 3 sentences, maybe 3 lines, and that's it. Not over writing it, because obviously the hiring manager doesn't care about the bookkeeping position, even though it was the most recent one. So same thing with you. If you are transitioning with a different position, don't just try to fill up the page. It's not relevant, and it bores out. It's just boring for the hiring manager to read about it, because it's not relevant for the title, for the job opening that he's trying to fill. So that's what I want to say, that your description has to be a little bit concise. But if you are applying for the same position in a different location, different job opportunity out there that has the same position, then you can just elaborate a little bit more. Your resume, the third mistake is, your resume is full of overused words. There are a variety of common words that can help illustrate your experience on the resume, but be sure to avoid using the same word over and over again, and try to avoid cliches. Hiring managers and recruiters see a lot of resumes each day, so take the time to mix it up and get creative. For me, when I do a resume for someone, it's just I a little bit design it, make it a little bit nicer, that is like an eye-catching. And when I do the design, so there is less space for words. So I try to emphasize the relevant words that the ATS system can pick. I had somebody who was a chief executive officer, and he was looking to apply for a higher position. So I designed his resume, created my own template, created my own design. He had about 50 interviews after he submitted his resume, and that 50 interviews, he was like really had to schedule time to go for each one, because he did not want to miss any of the interview. And the most amazing part is that for each interview that he went, each hiring manager wanted to hire him. It's the way he spoke, the way his resume looked, his presentation was impressive. The first impression lasts forever. And that's what you need to do. You need to impress yourself to the hiring manager in any way that you can. The number 4 mistake, your resume lists tasks instead of accomplishments. Instead of simply providing a list of duties you performed on the job, show how those duties turned into accomplishments. The hiring manager or recruiter just doesn't want to know what you did on the job, but how it impacted the company and helped achieve your bottom line. Also, be specific in these accomplishments. If you work in sales, show off your numbers. If you recently completed a big project, describe what went into finding success. Providing more details about the types of things you as employee can bring to the position will give better insight into how you can help propel the company to greatest and ultimately land the job. I had a different candidate that I did the resume for, and he owned 3 businesses, and now he's just moved out of state and desperately needs a job. So I really was focusing more on sales, because when you own a business, you have sales, you have management skills, you have leadership skills. All of these skills I highlighted for him. And I just really mentioned for him that how much he grew sales. For example, grew $500,000 a year within 5 years of total gross revenue. These kind of numbers are important, or lower the cost about 50% of the total annual vendors, or whatever. The point is to mention the numbers, percentages, and depending on your position, you can say retained customer satisfaction is about 79%, or retained employees, about employee retention was about 89%. That shows how incredible you are and what exactly you did for the job. So this is something that you should consider. Go over your resume now and take a look at it. See if you have mistakes with grammar and spellings. See if you have a job description that doesn't match the position you're applying for. Is your resume overused? Overused words? Is it like written as a sentence, as broken words? Make sure that you are not overusing too many words. Don't list tasks. Rewrite your resume and write your accomplishments. If you do need help, you can reach me out on Facebook, Let's Talk Careers with Sara, and you can also join my group, Let's Talk Careers with Sara Inner Circle. So that way we can communicate and help you with any way that you need with your career. Now, I would like to go over about how you can stay productive while you are in between jobs. If you are currently in between jobs, it can be difficult to allocate your time properly. You may want to apply for jobs at a rapid-fire pace, or you might be willing to take a bit of time off to breathe. But how will you know when you will land your next gig? Whether you were laid off or you quit, it can be a challenge to organize your schedule in your off time. So I have about 4 ways for you to make the most of your downtime. Now let's find them out. Number 1 is stay active. While your computer and the couch may be calling, it's best to remind yourself to get out of the house and remain active during your time off. Set reminders to go on walks, do a little bit of job searching at a local coffee shop, or try out a new exercise class to relieve stress. By staying active, you will keep your mind sharp and fresh, so for that first interview that pops up. And number 2 is budget. Since you most likely won't have any earnings coming in, it's very important to set a budget for yourself in between jobs. Money can be a stress-inducing factor even with a job, and it can become even more stressful if you are in between jobs. Set a budget for yourself so you are aware of what you have, what you can spend, and how quickly you need to find a new job. Number 3 is set a schedule. If you are tempted to sleep until noon, think again. Refrain from getting sidetracked and ensure you stick to a schedule. Set aside certain hours for job searching, staying active, and socializing. Remember, you are not on vacation. Keeping with normalized schedule will help you stay productive and organized. Wake up each morning and review your weekly or daily to-do list and set your goals and stick to them. Number 4, be social and network. It's just as important to be social as it is to be active. Anticipating fun events with friends or family will keep you happy and eager to get out of the house. Meet friends for coffee, grab a quick cocktail during happy hour, or plan a fun hike on the weekends. You should also make this time to network. Look up local networking events in your area or strike up a conversation with someone at the local coffee shop. You never know how you'll find your next gig. And I found that on Facebook, there are a lot of networking events. And this is a brilliant idea. Every time that there is an event near you locally, you can just, Facebook reminds you and shows you what other events are in your area. So that way you can sign up and be very sociable and network at the same time. Because who knows, maybe there are friends of friends of friends of friends or who happen to know that there is a job opening available and they can just help you out. So don't be like thinking you can do it all yourself. Have you thought about how you are going to land your next six-figure position in 2018? How far along are you with preparations? Do you have a plan? The time to act is now. How much more successful do you think you could be if your executive LinkedIn profile generated double or even triple the number of quality job leads you are currently getting? How much closer would you be to finding that dream job if you were able to choose among multiple offers from potential employers? Learn how to take control of your job search by listening to my show every Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time on Armed Radio, or message me on Let's Talk Careers with Sara and join my group, Let's Talk Careers Inner Circle on Facebook, to post any career questions for free advice. Now, here's another question that I want to ask you. Something that is to see how satisfied you are with your job. And there are ways to boost your happiness at work. So, are you truly satisfied at work? If you are not, that's okay. You are not alone. Although job satisfaction has hit an all-time high, only half of the U.S. workers are happy with their current role. Like Steve Jobs said, to be truly satisfied at work, you have to believe in what you are doing and love what you do. And love what you do. So I have outlined a few ways for you to find true happiness at work. The first thing is finding new opportunities for growth. Employees can feel unsatisfied if their work becomes stagnant. Are your daily tasks starting to feel like broken record? Shake things up and seek out new opportunities for growth. Often employees avoid vying for new tasks for fear of biting off more than they can chew. But we invite you to change your tune and get outside of your work comfort zone. Take any new opportunity your boss may present to you, even if your first instinct is not to. Alternatively, take some time during your workday to seek new ideas out yourself and present them to your boss. By taking the time to invest in new opportunities, you will find yourself with fresh perspective and hopefully a to-do list full of exciting prospects ahead. I have a colleague of mine, and she said to me that she's so not happy with the company's policy and she just wants to take some time off and start to writing her goals of what exactly she wants to do with herself. She feels that her contribution to the job is not enough and she's not making any difference to anybody when she works there. So with that kind of a mindset, you should really think for yourself. You have to think and value yourself. You know your worth. Sometimes people are not happy because they don't get raises, but yet they stay in the job because they have nice friends, nice co-workers that they don't want to separate from them. Their bonding is strong. So make sure that with you, if you feel like that, just try to think a little bit for yourself. Think what is good for you. What is it that makes you happy? By taking time off and just refreshing your mind makes your mind to be a little bit clear. You gain more clarity. The second thing to boost your happiness is to be a helpful and cheerful colleague. You have no doubt heard that it's better to give than to receive, but you have to put this into practice at work. Instead of focusing on yourself each morning, bring your positive energy to your colleagues. Maybe they need help with an upcoming project and you have a bit of time to land. Perhaps they are on a deadline and would benefit from a fresh cup of coffee. Try lending a hand as a helpful and cheerful colleague, especially when your coworkers need it the most. By helping someone out, you just may be helping yourself out in return. Giving feels good, and it could be the key to finding your happiness at work. You can also give in such a way such as give compliments or help around, like initiate your help as needed. The third way to boost your happiness is just to move on, which is just if all else fails, it might be time to move on. And whatever you think that the tips don't seem possible or exciting, it might be time to reconsider your current role. Take a long, hard look at your tasks and circumstances at work and decide whether or not you want to work to find happiness or if you are ready to seek it elsewhere. A new job can often spark that happiness or excitement you've been lacking. If this is the direction you're taking, spruce up that resume and start applying. Your career bliss is right around the corner. So if you need help with your resume, you can reach me on Facebook at Let's Talk Careers with Sara. Searching for a job can be way too overwhelming. So there is a checklist that I want you to follow in order for you to ease the pain for job search. So here, I'm going to start with updating your resume and cover letter. Now, before I go with that, I want to explain that searching for a new job can be a daunting task. If you haven't searched in a while, it can feel like there is a lot between you and your next gig. And sometimes it's difficult to know exactly where to start. And however, if you want to organize and determine your job seeker, your next job is ready and waiting for you. And the best way to stay organized is to create a job search checklist. And the checklist starts with updating your resume and cover letter. And though it may seem obvious, it's always good reminder to clean off your old resume and make the necessary updates. Ensure that all the dates and titles are correct. Update your skills and seriously consider tailoring your resume to each job position you apply for. Now, I wanted to summarize. This has been already talked before, that updating your resume and cover letter is important, and also updating your LinkedIn and social media profiles. Make sure that they are all looking great, so the hiring managers and recruiters are going to find you with the right keywords that they are looking for when they type. Ensure that all your social media profiles are appropriate. They'll be browsing through your public profiles as well. Network. Think of people you met throughout the career. Maybe they can help you when you connect with them. Maybe they can help you finding a job. Browse job boards online, and there are plenty of opportunities to search for jobs from the comfort of your home by just going to, let's say, Indeed.com, CareerBliss.com, or Monster.com, CareerBuilders.com. So take the time to browse through online job boards and apply. Once you have your resume updated, prepare for your interview. And the last thing you want to show up is being unprepared. And make sure that you read the job descriptions and you talk about it in the interview. And look for company and trends that might help you with the answer. And always good ideas to have. It's always a good idea to have a few questions ready to ask the interview at the end of your interview. And the way you know you're committed, that's way they know that you're committed and fully prepared. And the last thing that you do after the interview, you always send a thank you note. And it's always best to say thank you for the interviewer to taking the time to speak or meet with you. In doing so, you will let them know you are a thoughtful job seeker who is very interested in their company and in landing the job. Saying thank you is always encouraged, especially after an interview. So if you want to be the right candidate, you follow the checklist and you follow everything that I explained in here. I found in Glassdoor.com 15 companies with flexible work from home policies. Whether you are a parent with a busy schedule or a creative type that works best in his or her own quiet environment, working from home is often a great way to focus on work or to break up a monotonous schedule. Over the past few years, working remote has become a growing trend, and we're seeing more and more companies offering the opportunity to work from home both full-time and part-time. Sounds like a deal for you? I have saved your time on your job hunt by putting together a list of 15 companies from Glassdoor.com that are hiring now and that offer the option to work from home. Number 1 is Airbnb. Working from home took a while to get set up. Tech and management were a little unclear and negligent in getting the setup to work from home when the employee needs. Once the employee was set up, it was easy. The open roles they have: software engineer, business analyst, experienced researcher, employment brand manager, product manager, Airbnb pro referrer, global mobility manager, software engineer growth, QA lead. And what employees say, they say that incredible benefits package and creative workspace, and the Airbnb offers a great experience in booming tech industry. Number 2 is Carfax. Now, this is good for traveling employees. The open roles are product support manager, full stack developer, systems developer, inside or outside account executive, field marketing manager, front end developer, back end developer. And what employees say, they say excellent work, life and balance, and great benefits. Number 3 is Oracle. It depends on the position, but many positions allow you to work from home. This is a huge plus when considering the cost of living these days. The open roles they have is software developer 4, program manager, business analyst 3, senior engineer, members of technical staff, principal member of technical staff. And what do the employees say? They say many opportunities to work from home depend upon position and necessary tools provided from home office. Number 4, Deloitte. It's 100% work from home opportunities exist for their supporting functions. And the open role is advisory specialist master, advisory senior consultant, heat brand strategist and planner, advisory manager, sales executive, tax systems, implementations, product manager, strategy consultant, technology business analyst. And the employees say that they are really flexible. You can do a lot of work from home, from your own computer. Nevertheless, most of the time you will be working in a different city. Number 5, McKesson Corporation. It varies based on the department and manager, but the company is willing to work with employees interested in working from home. And the open roles they have: material handler, facilities assistants, communication specialist, contract specialist, technical implementations analyst, senior data analyst, business process consultant, strategy account manager. And the employees are saying that great benefits if you prefer this working arrangement. The CBC Interactive, number 6. This was sometimes offered especially around the holidays because many content producers had to work hours on holidays. And it could have been more of an option because everybody has laptops and do a majority of the work is on the computer. So the open roles are director platform, engineering, digital sales planner, senior manager, customer service, studio production manager, product manager, executive editor, associate partnership manager. And the employees say that the salary benefits are pretty standard. You get to work normal hours. It is a well-known and respected brand for your resume. And that was CBC Interactive. CBS Interactive, NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory. According to NASA, all employees can request to flex work. Flex work should typically be done in full-day increments and can be done either on a full-time or part-time basis, where all some of their scheduled weekly work hours are performed remotely, generally at their residence. Flex work can be done on any day of the work week. With manager approval, all employees are eligible to request to participate in the program if the employee is in good standing and fully meeting all job requirements and expectations, and the job duties and responsibilities are conducive to that type of work arrangement as determined by management. And the open roles they have is Construction Project Manager 3, Power Systems Engineer 3, Enterprise Applications Software Engineer 2, Electrical Engineer 4, Structural Dynamic Engineer, and Subcontract Manager 1. And the employees say that it's a great place to work, diverse environment, freedom to do your work with a minimum interference, able to talk to anyone at any level, work on unusual projects. Management does sincerely make an attempt to keep work-life balance in check. And now another number 8 is Glassdoor. As long as you get your work done, you can work anywhere. So the open roles they have is Senior Full Stack Engineer, Sales Manager Enterprise, Account Executive SMB Sales, Senior Java Software Engineer, Senior DevOps Engineer, Lead Data Analyst, Online Sales Representative, Head of Consumer Decision Science. And the employees say that this is an easy one. I get to work from home as much as I need and whenever I want. The funny thing is that I actually love being in our office with all my team members and friends, and I get a little sad when I work from home. And when I miss the delicious gourmet Glassdoor lunch that's served to all employees every day. And that's a current employee says that from Glassdoor. Number 9, New Start. I could work from home whenever I needed, but office work was encouraged. That's a former employee from New Star. And the open roles they have is Software Engineer 2, HR Business Partner Manager, Senior Demand Generations Manager, Principal Software Engineer, Client Success Consultant, Senior HR Business Partner, Software Engineer. And the employees say that it's a good and bad. Some people abuse it. Viacom, number 10. You can work from home as long as your manager approves. Now, their job openings are a Senior Vice President, Chief Sourcing Officer, Administrative Assistant, Part-Time Studio Tour Page, Senior Product Manager, Executive Assistant, Original Programming and Development, Vice President, Market Research. And employees say that it's acceptable as long as you don't impact work productivity. Indiegogo, number 11, very flexible work from home policy. And the open roles they have is Software Engineer, Product Marketing Manager, Campaign Strategies, Social and Content Marketing Associate, Account Manager, Post-Campaign, DevOps Engineer, Senior Software Engineer, Digital Advertising Specialist. And employees say that everyone at the company collectively believes in the mission and roadmap of the future. Upper management is supportive when need be, but does not micromanage. Work-life balance is a major appeal of this company. Number 12, Ellie Mae. Work from home is allowed on a case-by-case, day-to-day basis. It is available when appropriate. Some employees in the field actually are full-time from home. And the open roles they have is Senior Engineer, QA, Technical Support Analyst, Business Analyst, Director, Data Engineering, Senior Manager, Accounting, Product Manager. And employees say that they are very flexible and willing to let employees work from home when needed. Working remote can be a challenge with any company, and EM does everything they can to accommodate those who do. EM is Ellie Mae. Number 13, Four Winds Interactive offers 1 week of working remotely annually. Operations Administrator, this is the open roles they have. Visual Communications Manager, Director, Project Delivery, Internship Program, Sales Supportive Administrative Coordination, Project Manager, Account Executive 4, and Program Manager. And the employees say that it varies by department and job function, is related to employee performance, and is a perk, and which it should be. Number 14, Chronos Incorporated. Maybe you need to pick up your kids from school early, or maybe you need complete silence to focus on a project. Whatever the reason may be, Chronites have the option to work from home to help them be their most productive and happy. And the open roles they have: senior sales executive, customer service coordinator, integration consultant, application support specialist, sales executive, IT project manager, 3, and sales enablement program manager. And the employees say that they proactively provide everything you need to work from home and when traveling. And that employee said that he didn't have to ask for anything. Their IT team had a package and sent it out to him. This was great. Number 15, and it's the last one, paperless post. You work from home and is flexible, and the office is well set up to accommodate remote participation. And the open roles they have is senior product design, UX, production manager, engineering manager, senior software engineering, backend engineering manager. And the employees say that it's flexible when necessary. There are ongoing efforts to become more remotely friendly. So this is great for those who have little children and they can't be full-time out of their homes, away from their homes. So working from home is much better and much easier. And it's not. It doesn't sound like it's a scam or anything like we usually get in the mail. It's something that it's legit, and they have actual offices readily available on premise. And if you choose to work from home, it's a great place to be. I know some people have family to take care of, and they don't have time to go out and work full time, or they have they like to work by themselves without a team member. So this is great also. And if they like to work, let's say for example, with their computers and they don't like to go outside, this is a perfect as well. This is great when you don't have to be in the snow, you don't have to be in the bus stop, you don't have to be on the train. You just save time and you just start working from home. So if you do consider this, you can just go to these job openings, and this can be found in glassdoor.com. And I hope that this will help you.
Have you thought about how you are going to land your next 6-figure position in 2018? How far along are you with preparations? Do you have a plan? The time to act is now. How much more successful do you think you could be if your executive LinkedIn profile generated double or even triple the number of quality job leads you are currently getting? How much closer would you be to finding that dream job if you were able to choose among multiple offers from potential employers? Learn how to take control of your job search by listening to my show every Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time on Armed Radio, or message me on Let's Talk Careers with Sara, and join my group, Let's Talk Careers Inner Circle, on Facebook to post any career questions for free advice.
Now, I found a great article about communication skills on careerbuilder.com, and it's a good skill to have that will help you land any job. And communication skills, you know you need them, but do you know how many you need to build the best resume? So here are the top communication skills to help you get your next job. The best communication skills for your resume is excellent speaking skills. When most people think about communication, they think about speaking. While this area is only one part of communication, it's a very important one. Speaking well matters, whether you are a manager delivering motivational speeches to inspire your team, a bookkeeper explaining a client's financial situation, or a public relations specialist interacting with members of the media. Having good public speaking skills helps you talk to others and persuade them with your point of view. Your speaking skills will help you command others' attention. You can showcase your excellent speaking skills during a job interview, so make the most of the opportunity. Another skill is good telephone skills. While good speaking skills go some way toward making someone competent on the telephone, phone communication skills are skills unto their own. Without the visual clues of face-to-face communication, telephone speakers must take cues from what they are hearing and express themselves only through their voices. The more you use the telephone, the more comfortable you feel. Try to resist the urge to simply text friends or book restaurant reservations online. Pick up the phone to make your arrangements instead. Remember to speak clearly, as the person you call can rely only on your words. You may also deal with people who don't want to take your call, particularly if you are cold calling them. While they may be frustrated or even rude, you should always stay polite and friendly. Most people will need to use the telephone to communicate at some point during their careers, but well-developed telephone skills are especially important for call center operators and advertising salespeople. Strong active listening skills. While speaking to others is important, you can't claim to be a good communicator unless you have good listening skills. One of the best ways to listen is a process called active listening, because it reinforces what a speaker has said to you. Active listening helps clear up any areas of confusion and highlights the message in the listener's mind. You can improve your active listening skills by practicing it when someone speaks to you, whether it's at work or during your leisure time. You can focus on what the speaker says, notice the speaker's body language, wait for the speaker to finish without interrupting, ask questions to clarify any unclear points, repeat the message you heard back to the speaker. Phrases such as, I understand you want to blank, and so you are saying that blank, are good starting points. People love when others listen to them. When you demonstrate active listening, you are making others feel valued. You're also learning what they need from you, which will help you to do your job better no matter what industry you work in. And the next communication skill is exemplary written communication skills. While spoken communication is important, communicating using the written word is important in many roles. While some professionals such as journalists and advertising copywriters rely heavily on their written communication skills, they are also vital for anyone who needs to prepare reports or write emails as part of their job. Practice is one of the best ways to become a better writer. Start writing regularly on a blog or in a journal, and you will find the process becomes less daunting and starts to feel more natural. Focus on your ideas flowing smoothly, as well as mechanical concerns such as grammar and spelling. You may also want to enroll in a writing course if you feel your writing needs some special attention. Specialist business and technical writing courses can benefit people in certain industries. Searching for a job will give you plenty of opportunities to showcase your written skills. Write a custom cover letter, such as customer service, for each position you apply for consideration. Make sure the letter is persuasive, concise, and free of spelling or grammatical errors that could undermine your application. Show a prospective employer that you have mastered these communication skills, the one that I had just explained: speaking skills, telephone skills, active listening skills, and written communication skills. And you will prove that you could be an asset to any place of business operating in any industries. If you need help on communication skills, please message me on Facebook, Let's Talk Careers with Sara, and I will help you, guide you through about communications. Now I want to discuss about soft skills. So someone asked me, what are the soft job skills and why are they important? Do I need to mention it on my resume? And the fact is yes. Understanding and highlighting your soft skills for prospective employer will give you a valuable edge over others who are vying for the same job. Soft skills are some of the most difficult competencies for people to understand. Job seekers and hiring managers alike can struggle with the challenge of defining, demonstrating, and recognizing soft skills. Though they are extremely fluid and highly personalized to each individual, soft skills are a critical component for professional success and are often the most distinguishing factor between applicants to make sure you show off your soft skills right. So, understanding hard versus soft skills. The term soft skills is often difficult to understand. As the name suggests, these skills aren't as solid and clear-cut as others. Soft skills are also referred to as transferable skills, interpersonal skills, or social skills. Soft skills may include nearly any ability that pertains to the way you approach others or handle your professional life. Soft skills are difficult to measure. There aren't many tests or professional certifications that will demonstrate your proficiencies in these areas. Hard skills, in contrast, are those skills that are very easily measured and defined. This includes things like accounting, computer programming, plumbing, or dentistry. You can easily obtain a degree or professional certification in these areas. They are very teachable and almost always attainable if you have the means to pursue a formal education in that area. Hard skills apply to very specific professions. Web design skills aren't applicable to a career as a surgeon, and nursing education is irrelevant if you are looking for a job as an electrician. Hard skills lock you into a particular occupation. On the other hand, soft skills are more flexible and can serve you well in numerous occupations. Though it takes more effort and creativity to properly demonstrate these abilities, they are valuable to almost any job that you might pursue. Professionalism. I will give you examples of soft skills. Professionalism. Professionalism is a soft skill that will set you up for success in any field. It acts as the driving force that pushes you to advance in your career. Some key skills that demonstrate your professionalism are self-motivation, work ethic, and resilience. Employees who are very professional are continuously working to improve themselves and their job performance. They are skilled in time management and organization. They also possess the skills needed to overcome common challenges such as patience and stress management. Some accomplishments that demonstrate your professionalism include consistently finished projects ahead of schedule, exceeding the projections for a campaign, demonstrating attention to detail and catching minute errors early in the production process, taking the initiative to go above and beyond what was assigned. Another skill is interpersonal skills. Interpersonal skills are another important subset of your soft skills. These skills pertain to how you relate to others, both inside and outside the company. With your coworkers, teamwork, and mentoring skills are valuable. When you are interacting with customers, it's important to demonstrate perceptiveness and empathy, which will help you understand and resolve their issue. Demonstrating strong listening skills, emotional intelligence, and communication skills will serve you well no matter who you are working with. Those who are good at networking are valuable assets to the company as well. You can demonstrate your interpersonal skills by building strong, ongoing relationships with customers, working collaboratively with your coworkers, leading seminars or providing effective training, maintaining extensive network of important contacts, including vendors, clients, and partners. Now, leadership and management skills. While leadership skills are most relevant to those in a business management position, don't think that you have to be at the top of the pack to showcase these soft skills. Demonstrating that you are an effective leader will serve you well in any industry or position. If a hiring manager spots leadership potential, they may keep you at the top of the file for future promotions. Management competencies are typically considered soft skills because they are so difficult to measure. Good managers are skilled with problem solving and project management. They are usually good at performing essential research and analytics. Strong leaders also know how to handle interpersonal issues that arise with those around them. They have critical observation skills that help them identify problems as well as conflict resolution skills to help them skillfully mediate disagreements. Some accomplishments that will showcase your leadership and management skills include successfully heading a major project with several others on your team, skillfully delegating responsibilities to others, identifying difficult problems and implementing innovative solutions with measurable results, overseeing sales and marketing campaigns. Including soft skills on your resume. Now, it is more important to feature soft skills on your resume than it is to highlight your hard skills. However, soft skills are just as important to potential employers. While all applicants for marketing positions are likely to have college degrees in marketing, not all of them will have the same set of soft skills to bring to the job. This is truly where you can distinguish yourself from the competition. Don't simply list off your soft skill without providing some measure of proof to back up your statements. Anyone can say that they have a strong communication skills. Demonstrate yours by highlighting projects that require you communicate effectively with a diverse group of people. With soft skills, it's important to show that it is to tell, including measurable details whenever possible. Now, by answering the questions, you will know how you're going to write it. So how many new clients did you land with your networking skills? How much did you improve productivity with your problem-solving talent? While training for soft skills is more difficult to come by, it does exist in some cases. If you have attended a workshop or a seminar to help you develop a soft skills, don't hesitate to feature this on your resume. Not only will it demonstrate your expertise in that area, it will show that you recognize the importance of soft overlooked skill sets that have dedicated yourself to making improvement in these areas. Your soft skills can make the difference between the lackluster interview and one that lands you the job. Make sure you make the time to identify your strengths in these areas so you can shine a bright spotlight on the soft skills that make you stand out the most. Now, assuming you were unemployed and you have a gap in your resume, explaining unemployment in the job interview has a better way to not be shy about it, but have a different way approach. Regardless of your situation, these strategies will help you to address these tough questions like a pro. Though the unemployment rate has slowly been decreasing over the past year, finally settling at 4.1% in October 2017 and holding steady since, there are still 6.6 million people in the U.S. who want to work but don't currently have jobs. Regardless of the reason, if you currently find yourself among 4.1%, you may feel nervous about addressing your unemployment gap in an upcoming interview. But don't worry, while the circumstances of your unemployment are sure to come up, these strategies will help you handle that tough questions like a pro. So first thing is be honest. While your instinct may be to fudge the truth, especially if your termination of employment was involuntary, it is vital that you are honest. Doing so will demonstrate your values to your potential employer and help you distinguish yourself from the pack. Honesty and integrity carry a lot of weight when it comes time to make an employment decision. The next thing is be concise. No employer wants to sit through a one-man show about why you were unemployed, so keep it short and sweet. You want to convince your interviewer that your time away from the workforce was not impacted your ability to perform the job. So address the employment gap with 1 to 2 sentences response, and then transition into how you have been preparing yourself for this job opportunity. Have you recently been certified in an industry skill, or are you working temporarily for a family friend? Keep the conversation on these achievements and the responsibilities you have had during your unemployment. Hiring managers are primarily interested in being assured that you are ready to work and that there aren't any red flags, such as bad employer reviews. Another way is to stay positive. Never bash your previous employer, even if there was a cause to be angry. Whether you were fired or laid off, you can be frank about it and explain yourself with fact. Underline the lesson you learned and how you benefited from the experience. If you were fired for repeatedly being late, speak on how you mastered the time management. For personnel issue, explain that your values and work ethics are important to you and that they align with those of the company. Highlighting your passion for this type of work and the enthusiasm you have for this opportunity will help you as to assure the hiring manager. From their perspective, they have a vacant role and need to fill it with someone dependable. Showing your positive personality and creating a relationship with the hiring manager will help hiring managers see you as a potential fit. The next thing is emphasize readiness. Before the interview, do your research, know what the company does, what your role there would be, and investigate the organization's values and recent news and achievements. That way, you will be able to align your ambitions and values with those of the company. Focus on what you have learned from the experience of being unemployed, how you've grown as a professional, and how you intend to apply these learnings to a new position. Addressing your unemployment in a job interview doesn't have to be as uncomfortable as you might think. In reality, hiring managers are familiar with the very aspect of hiring and firing, and your story probably isn't the strangest they've ever heard. And the important fact is that you are here now, so take advantage of the opportunity and do your best.
Have you thought about how you are going to land your next six-figure position in 2018? How far along are you with preparations? Do you have a plan? The time to act is now. How much more successful do you think you could be if your executive LinkedIn profile generated double or even triple the number of quality job leads you are currently getting? How much closer would you be to finding that dream job if you were able to choose among multiple offers from potential employers? Learn how to take control of your job search by listening to my show every Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time on Armed Radio, or message me on Let's Talk Careers with Sara, and join my group, Let's Talk Careers Inner Circle, on Facebook to post any career questions for free advice.
So I would like to say thank you for listening and being with me tonight on my show, and I will see you next Wednesday.
You are tuning in on Armed Radio and Let's Talk Careers with Sara every Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. I talk about careers and job hunting. If you would like to ask a question or would like to hear about previous shows that you have missed, you can find me on Facebook at Let's Talk Careers with Sara. You can learn about jobs, tips, and advice on my page. If you have a career-related question, you can just message me on Facebook.